Hey guys, it's Megadan29 and I'm covering the Nintendo Direct from yesterday. And this is the first time I've talked about Nintendo Direct on my channel because, well, I'm really excited over this one. I haven't really touched my Switch in very long at all. My Switch has been just sitting on the shelf and, you know, pretty much getting an indie game here and there and playing some stuff and trying to do some things, but I haven't had a whole lot to be excited for, in my opinion. Just a lot of ports and things like that I haven't been very excited about. Ports that I've already had and this and that. So there's a lot of things that I've left comments on people's channels on what I wanted and what I expected and things that I don't know why we're not getting, like these first-person titles, as we're coming across, you know, almost 2 years into the system. So I'm going to list some things yesterday that I was super happy about and give it a little description on that. And then I'm going to list some things that still I have not got, but I'm having high hopes for now that I've had this Nintendo Direct. So here's some things that we've had. First of all, Luigi's Mansion 3. Thank you, Jesus, for Luigi's Mansion 3. I have been saying that for so long. Thank you so much, Nintendo. Thank you for finally listening. I'm so glad this is happening. It's just so long overdue. The one on the 3DS was cool, being Dark Moon, and obviously we had Luigi's Mansion 1 on the GameCube. Finally, we have a Luigi's Mansion 3. That's gonna be awesome. Not much the whole stuff to say about it. Just super excited about it. I'm sure they'll do a great job. Then we've got another Super Mario Brothers game. Now I do know that this is a deluxe. I get that, but the thing is, when you have a Nintendo system, you've got to have a side-scrolling Mario. I don't care if it's like the same thing that we've had. The point is, just give us something and put something different in there. And that's exactly what they did with adding, you know, Toad can get that power up to where Toadette turns into Peach and things like that. Just anything. And then it put it's gonna put Luigi U on there as well. So I thought that was a very cool thing. I'm very glad they did that. Thank you for just giving us the thing that we expect. It doesn't always have to be this big surprise and big special thing. Just sometimes give us what we expect. Give us the things we want. The simple Mario games. Badass thing to happen. I was very glad to see that. Then we also have, of course, the Animal Crossing 2019. Now, the Animal Crossing is very good here on the cell phone. It's great. It's great on the cell phone, but I wanted one for my Switch. I wanted an Animal Crossing for my Switch, and now I'm finally going to get it. We're going to have the online capability. We're going to be able to go to each other's towns. We're going to be able to do things like that. Hopefully hang out. Hopefully they're going to add more things to it too. And maybe they'll even make it to where if you have the cell phone game, it can link on to things that you can do on your console. Another thing that I'm not worried about Nintendo and how they do it. They do a great job with every Animal Crossing. I'm just glad that we got one because I was worried that they were only going to give it to the cell phone and not give it to my Switch. I want to play on my Switch, not my cell phone. So I would way rather play with this. And of course it's portable, so that's always great too. And then we got the retro online stuff. I mean, you guys know me. I'm all about retro. So I'm super happy to hear about that. Plus, the online is only $20 a year. $20 a year compared to its contenders being PS4 and Xbox. That's $50 or $60 a year. I mean, thank you, Nintendo, for being affordable and being a lot more realistic. Now, is it not as good with the chat and everything? No. But have we tried it? No. Will they fix it? Maybe. You have to be optimistic. You have to think about it. There's updates or things like that. Do I like using my cell phone though? No. So I'm okay. I'm going to be optimistic about it. I'm going to give it a chance. So I'm just glad that we're going to have the retro games. From my understanding, you don't have to re-buy the retro games. You don't have to buy them. You buy the online. You buy the controllers. And that's another thing. They're going to have freaking controllers that you hook on here like this. It's going to be your old controllers. Goes whoop, and it's going to freaking charge them. And your freaking DS is going to sit there looking dope. They're $60. I'm okay with it. It's no problem with me. Nintendo, take my money. You're finally paying tribute to my retro stuff. You're finally giving us attention. The attention we need. The attention everybody wants. We do have the Nintendo Classic, but I feel like you can play online with each other on this, and it's going to be dope, dude. It's going to be awesome. And the sky's the limit. Hopefully you can use those controllers on indie games as well when I'm playing stuff like that Broforce game I want to try, and just Bloodstain and stuff like that. And when I play Messenger, I want to be able to use those types of controllers. So hopefully you can do that. I'm sure you can. Also, we have Starlink. They paid tribute to freaking Star Fox, because I was wondering that with the controls. I'm like, are we going to get a Star Fox game? What's going on? We got Star Fox Zero for the Wii, or the Wii U, but I wanted our own Wii, our own Switch game, so I'm very glad that we have something coming. Now, I don't know how it works. I heard some things with Amiibos. I heard some things with it being like Skylanders, but we don't know. We don't know. So I'm going to be once again optimistic, and I'm just glad they're doing something. Take your first party titles and do something with them. They have another Yoshi coming out. I'm not too into the Yoshi's Woolly World thing, but to be fair, I've never really tried it. But once again, at least we're throwing it out there and we have something to play other than stuff we've never heard of, indie games, ports. We're getting new AAA titles for the freaking franchises that Nintendo's known for. Use your characters. You have all these freaking characters. I mean, look at the Smash roster, and look at how many games we don't have for the Switch with those people. You know, I'll get into that later. We're going to go over what we have good right now. So we're getting another Yoshi game. That's awesome. So now, also, we have a Mario Party. The Mario Party, the best thing about the Mario Party is it's online. That is so sick. For the longest time I've been saying, man, Mario Party is so great, but it gets boring just when you don't have people to play with. So, you know, I'm playing with my son and this and that, and it just gets boring, and he only wants to play it so much, and it's the same thing over and over again. But if you get it online, now that it's going to be online compatible, you can play with your buddies, you can play with randoms. Hey, before I go to bed, I'm going to play a game of Mario Party really quick. You know, a 5 to 7 turn Mario Party game. That's what they've needed forever. On the Wii U version, I was hoping to God they would do that with the Bowser mode and everything else they had, and they didn't do it. It just really disappointed me. I was like, man, I love freaking Mario Party, but I wish they would make it online, so they finally did it. So good job, Nintendo. That is badass. Now, for the 3DS, they did a Mario and Luigi game that I have never played, so it works out for me. I know it's kind of a port, but they did add some things to it because they also have Bowser Jr.'s story on there also. So it's Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story, which I think is badass because it tells a lot about Bowser and you learn a lot about the character. And then they're also going to show you a lot of things having to do with Bowser Jr., which I think is badass because we need to learn more about these guys. A lot of things I've been saying is, I really wanted to have a game where it described Ganon or described this person, described this person. I want to learn more about these characters. So I'm very glad that they added something like that. And I'm very glad that we're getting a Bowser game. So, and with the Bowser Jr. added, and he's with the Koopalings in that as well. So it looks really, really, really freaking awesome. And as for the things we didn't get, that about wraps up everything. And there's one other thing that I would want. You know, the Super Nintendo had the Super Game Boy to play Game Boy games. The GameCube had the thing to play the Game Boy Advance games. I really wish we'd get like a Super 3DS thing where we could play 3DS games on our Switches. I really wish we'd do that. Now, would that make the 3DS obsolete? Probably, and that's probably why it'll never happen. But how dope would it be to play your 3DS games on this? Because they just released the 3DS, they're going to have Luigi's Mansion 1 come out on that, and that's cool and everything. But I'd really like to have 3DS games to be playable on this so I can choose whether I want to play it on that or this. And I know there's some complications because of screens and things like that. I feel like they could figure something out, but like have something on the screen and have something on here. Kind of like they did with the Wii U. Maybe I'm wrong. That would just be something I'm kind of hoping for. Another thing I still didn't get is we still didn't get a Metroid. That's okay. I'm not a huge Metroid fan yet. But yes, could we use a Metroid game? Yes. We didn't get the big thing I wanted was I want a Punch-Out game for the Switch. So hopefully we will get something like that. But I still didn't get the Punch-Out game. You have the Joy-Cons here. You can have the Punch-Out thing going on. I really don't know why we don't have that yet. But you know what? It is what it is. I am being very optimistic now because this Nintendo Direct has been just fantastic for me. And I think they did a great job. So I'm super happy with it. Also, something I wanted was a Paper Mario. I wanted a Paper Mario for the Switch. So we didn't get a Paper Mario yet. But once again, let's hope that I hope that something like that comes in the future. A WarioWare. We did not get a WarioWare yet. That is something else I want. I also want a Waluigi game and a Wario World games. A Waluigi game that plays like Wario World. I almost feel like Wario could take a seat back because he's already had a couple of those games. So let's get a Waluigi game that plays like Wario World, like an adventure game where you collect things and we learn more about the character. That would be really awesome too. But guys, that's all I got, and that's all it is. But I'm super happy with this, and I thought it was awesome. Another thing I left out accidentally is, of course, we got Mega Man 11 coming. So that's another thing to be really excited for. Just a lot of things going on, but I was more trying to direct the stuff that just Nintendo did. So finally, they're taking their first-party stuff, and they're doing something with it. So, good job, frickin' Nintendo. There we go. Keep going. Let's go next Nintendo Direct. Let's get more going. Let's get some of those titles I talked about. Let's get a Super Mario 3D World 2. That would be dope too, because Super Mario 3D World was one of my favorite freaking Mario games. That would be really awesome. So, we'll see what we get out of it. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the description, please, or the comments. I'm sorry. And let me know what you think. If you just thought it sucked, let me know. But if you agreed with me or you had some more stuff to add to it, I'd love to hear you. And just let me know what you think. But if you like what you see, please remember to subscribe, like this, share it. Let's get it out there. Let's get some people talking. I want to make more friends. And I'll see you guys next time, guys.